watch us on Warfare Ecology this Wednesday and this Friday. The Shaman is going to be on. Have a discussion about this. And I need all the prayer warriors on watching and praying. We're going to have a real live Mount Carmel. God that answers by fire, let him be God.
How do you go from being a bishop, staunch faith, a bishop, to what some would call a warlock? I personally don't call myself a warlock, but for layman's terms, I use it because I know that's how people identify with it. But again, it's just a word that was demonized. Like a lot of words that will be thrown out. And again, like Bishop tells y'all, get your dictionaries out because you're going to be throwing out a lot of words. Some of them you're familiar with, some of them you're not familiar with, some of them are big and extensive, and a lot of etymology. So one of the things is warlock. Another thing is shamanism. But I found out, how did I get here, Bishop? I found out that a shaman was no different than a bishop. I told you little subtle things. The first hump that I got over because I loved Jesus so much, who I have denounced, by the way. So anybody that's listening to me, don't get it twisted. I am, quote unquote, what your scripture will call Antichrist. But I have nothing against him. I'm Antichrist because I've denounced that deity. I've denounced that system. All right. And I've embraced another system. We'll talk about that later. Not another religious system. I've embraced me. There's a scripture that says, pick up your cross, deny yourself, and follow me. Something that I called myself doing for quite some time. But did you hear my story? My story is I was raised in this thing. I was born in this thing. I didn't have a conversion in a jailhouse. I didn't have a conversion on side the street, you know what I'm saying, shooting up or anything. I didn't have a conversion because of XYZ. I was born in this, and I learned how to master what I was raised in by watching the witches and warlocks around me, which were my Sunday school teachers, my mother, my father, my pastor, the assistant pastor, the choir director, the ushers. They were all witches and warlocks. Bishop talked about it in his book, Witchcraft and Abuse. Witches and warlocks, and didn't even know it. And see, a lot of y'all thinking about candle burning and wearing jewelry and sage and spells and incantations and circles. But witches and warlocks to the ideal of what Bishop talked about in his book, the ideal of manipulation, intimidation, and domination. And that's all through not just church, but it's all throughout leadership. Okay. And so the intimidation, manipulation, and domination, it moves into the other areas because a lot of people don't understand that breath work, energy work, and even root work is already in us. Even when we dance, a lot of people don't understand that tongues came from, tongues didn't come from where y'all think it came from. And that's what the questions and musicians go into the other thing. But tongues actually came from shamanism. Tongues came from what you would call the dark side. And this is what happened. These are the things I started to find out when I saw that it was safe for me to leave the Bible and explore other content that the Bible, that I realized and found out that the Bible actually plagiarized. And that's why they stay away from a lot of this stuff, because the Bible don't want you to know that it's been plagiarized. It's information that's more ancient than it. And so the scripture says, deny yourself, pick up your cross, follow me. But how can I deny myself when I didn't even know who the hell I was? I thought I did, but I was living a life. My wife talks about it like this. I lived my life out as a clone until I woke up to myself. I found out that basically what happened was, Bishop, I went from theology to anthropology. I went from the study of God to the study of the human experience of human nature. But come to find out that the more that I studied, human nature, I found God again. And the more I studied God, I found that human nature. And Rumi put it best. Rumi said, I searched for God and I found myself. And when I searched for myself, I found God. Come to find out that God was not something that was exterior to me, but God was something that was all in me. And when I searched the scriptures, I found that the scripture said the same thing. I found out that a lot of my problems, a lot of my lack of success a lot of my failure, a lot of my false starts that Bishop always talks about, came from the fact that I was born and bred in a faith and in a religion that builds its strength off of teaching people not to own their issues, not to own their life. We call it something else. I can't say it in this program, but not to own their ish, so to speak. But we create characters. We create a God and create a devil, like Marvel Comics or what have you. Everything that good happened to me, God did it. Everything negative or bad happened to me, the devil did it. And Bishop, I just realized, yeah, God is real and the devil is real, very real, because I'm real. I'm God and I'm the devil. So are you. So it's overseer. You're God and you're the devil. God is our higher, the devil is our lower. I think our struggle is we don't know how to stand in the middle and bring those two things into balance.